Alright, and here on our news, it says Dubai just tokenized a $1 million luxury apartment on the XRP Ledger, coming from our news source, Times Tabloid. So, did Dubai just launch the ultimate use case for the XRP Ledger? Imagine owning a piece of $1 million luxury apartment in the heart of Dubai, complete with views of the Burj of Khalifa, all for less than the price of a brand new smartphone. It sounds like a wild sci-fi movie, but right now, the future of real estate has officially collided with cryptocurrency. The government of Dubai has just executed a massive move that is sending shockwaves through the financial world, and the XRP Ledger is sitting right at the very center of it. This isn't just a random company trying to make headlines. This is an official government-backed initiative that has successfully tokenized a luxury apartment valued at over $1 million directly on the XRP Ledger. The news exploded across social media after crypto analyst Steph is Crypto highlighted the milestone on X. We are talking about real-world asset tokenization on an institutional scale. So if you have been holding XRP waiting for a real, undeniable sign of utility that doesn't rely on speculation, this is the moment you have been waiting for. So in this video, we are breaking down how this program works, why Dubai choose this specific network, and what this actually means for the global financial ecosystem moving forward. So let's look at the facts. So, how is the Dubai Land Department turning luxury real estate into digital tokens? To understand the magnitude of this event, you have to look at the players involved. The Dubai Land Department has partnered with a premier tokenization firm called Ctrl to make this a reality. In their initial pilot program, they didn't just stop at one apartment. They tokenized 10 different luxury properties with a total value exceeding $5 million. Right? Over $5 million in total. This resulted in the creation and issuance of 7.8 million real estate tokens on the blockchain. Because of this system, everyday investors can now buy and sell fractional shares of high-end Dubai real estate for as little as $540. The infrastructure is completely integrated. The property title deeds are recorded directly on the XRP Ledger, meaning every single transaction syncs in real time with Dubai's official government land registry. The back-end security is powered by Ripple Custody, with Zand Digital Bank managing the banking side under strict regulatory oversight from the UAE Central Bank and Dubai's Virtual Assets Regulatory Authority. So in my opinion, this completely changes the paradigm of property ownership. For decades, real estate has been a game played exclusively by the ultra-wealthy because the barrier to entry was simply too high for the average person. By lowering the entry point to just $540, Dubai is democratizing wealth creation. This isn't a pilot project that might happen in the future. It is fully functional right now, showing the world that traditional physical wealth can live seamlessly on a digital ledger. Right? So the next question is, why was the XRP Ledger chosen over every other blockchain? When a government entity decides to move billions of dollars worth of real estate onto a public network, they don't choose a blockchain based on hype or marketing. They choose it based on architecture. The Dubai Land Department needed a network capable of handling massive throughput without clogging up or charging astronomical fees. The XRP Ledger naturally fit this requirement perfectly. It handles thousands of transactions per second, settles trades in mere seconds rather than weeks, and costs only fractions of a single cent per transaction. In traditional real estate, buying a property or transferring a deed involves mountains of paperwork, multiple intermediaries, escrow agents, and weeks of waiting for bank clearances. By utilizing the XRP Ledger, Dubai has replaced a slow, clunky administrative machine with automated, lightning-fast digital highway. So in my opinion, from where I sit looking at the broader market, this selection proves that utility is the only metric that matters in the long run. There are hundreds of blockchains out there claiming to be the next big thing. But when actual government needs to deploy trillions of leaks of data securely, they turn to battle-tested infrastructure. The XRP Ledger has shown year after year that it can handle institutional weight without breaking a sweat. And this real-world application is the ultimate validation of its technical superiority. All right? Now, what happens when Dubai tokenizes $16 billion in assets by 2033? This luxury apartment is just the opening act. The Dubai Land Department has already outlined an aggressive long-term roadmap with the ultimate goal of tokenizing 7% of Dubai's entire real estate market by the year 2033. To put that into perspective, that represents a staggering $16 billion in real-world assets migrating directly onto the XRP Ledger. The program is moving in highly structured phases to ensure stability. Phase 1 focused entirely on building out the secure platform infrastructure. Phase 2 opened up a fully regulated secondary market, allowing global investors to trade these tokenized property stakes freely through the PRYPCO mint portal. This means liquidity can flow into and out of the Dubai property market seamlessly from anywhere in the world at any hour of the day. So in my opinion, this $16 billion roadmap is where through long-term value comes into focus for anyone tracking this space. We are witnessing the birth of a brand new asset class, fractionalized liquid sovereign real estate. When a global hub like Dubai commits to putting billions of dollars on chain, it sets a precedent that other major metropolitan areas like London, New York, or Singapore will inevitably study and likely replicate. It is the beginning of a massive migration of global wealth onto decentralized ledger technology. So, how does this massive government program impact the long-term outlook for XRP? The ultimate question everyone is asking is how this impacts the network itself. The real-world tokenization is widely considered by macroeconomists to be the multi-trillion-dollar holy grail of crypto. Every single property listed, every fractional share bought, and every secondary trade executed on the PRYPCO mint portal generates direct transaction volume on the ledger. Because XRP functions as the essential settlement layer of the network, it is the native fuel required to power all of this economic activity. As more properties enter the ecosystem and trading volume increases, the structural utility of the asset grows exponentially. It shifts the entire conversation away from speculative retail trading and firmly anchors the asset as core infrastructure for global finance and international property markets. So my takeaway from this development is that utility-driven volume is the truest driver of long-term stability. While many people get caught up in day-to-day market sentiment, projects like this build an unshakable floor of real-world demand. When an entire real estate economy relies on a network to verify title deeds and settle fractional ownership, the underlying asset transitions into an indispensable utility token that the financial world actively relies on to function. So, as an overall conclusion, what we are witnessing in Dubai is no longer an experiment. It is a fully realized financial evolution. The tokenization of $1 million luxury apartment marks the successful bridge between heavy, illiquid physical real estate and high-speed, accessible digital finance. By creating a fully compliant, regulated framework involving central banks, digital asset authorities, and established banking partners, Dubai has written the definitive playbook for how modern governments can embrace blockchain technology. With a definitive roadmap aiming for $16 billion in tokenized assets over the next several years, the XRP Ledger is actively proving its value as the premium network for institutional-grade real-world assets. The days of viewing digital assets as mere speculation are quickly coming to a close, replaced by a new era where technology solves real financial friction. So keep your eyes on the data, watch how these phases roll out globally, and pay attention to where the real utility is being built. And this finally ends our video. Thank you very much for watching, and see you on the next one, or you might just as well watch this next recommended video right here.